Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Communications 121, Fundamentals of Communication. What's communication?
Talking.
Talking. What else?
Listening.
Listening. What else?
Understanding.
Understanding. What else?
Speaking.
Speaking.
Body
Yeah.
language.
Body language.
Eye contact.
Eye contact.
Feedback.
Feedback.
Writing.
Writing. Thank you. What else?
Texting.
Texting. Is that a good form of communication?
Not always.
Not always. What else?
Email. Oh, sorry.
Was that
Email.
Email. Good form?
It can be.
It can be. Okay.
Sign language.
Sign language. Very good. Sign language.
Music.
Music. Thank you. What else?
Poetry.
Poetry. Yes. Come on, guys. Okay. What about art?
Yes.
Yes.
Is art a form of communication?
Yes.
Okay. What about if you get mad at her, she gets mad at you, and you start arguing? Is that a form of communication?
Yes.
What about if one nation gets mad at another nation, all of a sudden bullets start flying? Is that a form of communication?
Yes.
Is it a good one?
No.
No, absolutely not. So communication is anything involving human activity. You buy that? Can you think of anything at all as humans living and breathing that does not involve communication?
No.
There's got to be somebody in here that's going to throw one at me. How about sleeping?
Sure, if you snore or if you talk in your sleep.
You talk in your sleep? Even if you don't, are you dreaming?
Yeah.
Yes, a form of communication. Communication is broken down into three areas. All three were mentioned. Sending, and that can be talking, it can be art, it can be music, it can be just about anything that we do to try to get an idea across to somebody else. Receiving, that's a little bit more difficult. If I write a story in a newspaper, do I know if anybody's receiving it?
No.
No. It is a form of communication, but it's not necessarily the best. Ask some of our reporters who have been writing stories for years. They don't hear anything, they don't get any feedback. They do their job, but they question if they're really communicating. That's me, that includes me. I've spent 50 years as a journalist. I often wondered if anybody was ever bothering to read what I wrote. I wrote 5 years ago, actually more like 10 years ago, about the drug problem in Darr County. No, we don't have a drug problem. Well, guess what? I think everybody has finally figured out that yes, we do. Sending is the first part of communication, but it's not complete until two other things happen. One, receiving, and two, feedback. Absolutely. There are many parameters with regard to communication. We're going to be going over all of them over the next 16 weeks. Primary today, however, I want to approach communication as part of Edison State's core values. Edison State has 6 values that it considers extremely important for a student's success. I take it one step further. Those 6 core values are extremely important for your lifetime. Some of you may have read the assignments that I sent out prior to the class starting. You know that communication is the top one, that's number one. Who wants to tell me another one?
Ethics?
Ethics, oh yes, ethics. Let me ask you a question. If you perceived somebody to not have good ethics, are they gonna be able to communicate well with you? Why not?
Because they don't know the right thing to do, so how are we supposed to learn from them?
Well, can you trust what they say?
No.
No, okay. So what are ethics? Many of you are gonna have to take a 16-week course on ethics. It's gonna go into a tremendous amount of detail. In communications, however, we simplify it. Ethics is one part of a two-part equation. We have ethics and we have values. What are your values?
Being able to get through college.
Okay, that's good. Now, are you working on it?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody tell me what maybe a good value might be?
Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal.
That's
A
several.
moral compass.
That's very good. Okay. Is that ethics?
Yes. Part of it.
Yes. Morals.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?